Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to this video tutorial for grade 7 bio. In this lesson we are going to discuss about the plant kingdom. Previously we talked about different groups of animals, and at the start of this unit we learn about the main differences between the plants and animals. After learning about the complete properties of different groups of plants, now we have to know about each group of the plants. So let's begin. Basically, plant kingdom is divided into 5 main groups. These groups are named as Algae, mosses and liverworts, ferns, conifers, and the last one are flowering plants. Each group of plants is different from the other group and having entirely different structure, appearance, and behavior, so that it becomes easy to distinguish between them and to know about their characteristics. In this video tutorial, we will talk about only the first two groups of the plants, which are Algae, and the second group mosses and liverworts. So let's begin. First, we are going to talk about the mosses group. But before moving to that, here is just an overview of the 4 different groups: uh, mosses, ferns, conifers, and the flowering plants. Some properties are shown here. I know you can see, but if you look, the algae group is not shown. Algae actually mostly belong to the microscopic group. When we will discuss them in detail, you will also learn about them. So first, if we talk about the mosses group only, because basically mosses and liverworts have some properties in common and some properties they have different, but we put them in one group. About the mosses, the first one that you have to remember is they have stems and leaves, but don't have proper roots. It means they are lacking roots, they are without any roots. Secondly, most plants are usually found growing together. Mean they will grow in the groups, and they grow in many different habitats. They can grow in the dry places, in the dry walls, or also in the damp soils. For them there is not a fixed habitat that they will grow in a fixed habitat. They can grow in the dry environment, sometime in the damp environment, especially in the damp soil they can grow. And wherever they will be found in the groups. Here, like you can see, they are visible as well. And next are the liverworts. Liverworts are small plants. They don't have the true roots, stem or leaves. We cannot say that this is the true root. It, its roots or stems or leaves will not fulfill the definition of the true roots or stems. So that's why we say that this group of the plants, which we termed as liverworts, they don't have the true roots or stem or leaves. They grow in damp places near streams and ponds where there is enough damp or enough wetness, so they will be able to grow. They cannot grow in the dry places. Like about the mosses, mosses can grow in the dry places, but the liverworts cannot grow in the dry places. They will grow in the damp places or near the streams and dams. The area around them is most of the time is damp, is having moisture in it. Damp mean having moisture in that. Here is how they both reproduce in the same way. This is common between them. That's why we put them in the similar group. Both liverworts and mosses reproduce by making spores. About the spores, if you remember, you have studied uh, in the unit microscopic organisms. In detail, we have studied about spores. So what they do, they make the spores in a capsule, and that capsule is later on raised into the air. When the capsule will open in the air, so the spores are carried away by the air currents. So then they reproduce from these spores. They will further grow. They will continue their generation. Next group that we have to talk today are the algae group. About the algae, right now you can see algae, the picture of the algae is shown here. So you will have some idea that they are found inside the water. And the other properties are, first of all, they are the simplest plants, you can say, the simplest group of the plants. Even the modern botanists don't put them in the category of the plants even, but still some put them in the group of the plants because they are the simplest plants. They don't have roots, stem, or leaves at all. Like in the case of the liverworts, they have, but they are not the true one. It's hard to distinguish between them. But in case of the algae, they don't have the roots, they don't have the stem, or they don't have the leaves, and most of them are having the green pigment or green substance that we call chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the basic property of all the plants that make their own food. But some have sometimes contain the red and the brown pigment also. We call them red algae or brown algae. So that's why I use the word most of them have the green pigment instead of using the word all of them, because some large species have the red or the brown pigment also. Like in Australia, this type of there is a type of algae found which is actually even pink in the color. So they can be found in the other colors as well. Most of the species of the algae group are microscopic, I mean they cannot be seen with the naked eye at their earlier stage. That's why we can even put them in the protoctista kingdom also. About the protoctista, we studied in detail in the unit microorganisms. So that's why you are already aware about the protoctista kingdom. If you are not aware, please go back and learn about the protoctista, and then you can be more clear about that what is the meaning when we are saying we can put them in the protoctista kingdom. So also when they occur in large numbers, they can be seen clearly as they are microscopic. But when they are in a large group, then they can be seen and turn the pond water green. Like just in the beginning of the lesson, when I started the algae, I showed you a diagram where you were looking at the algae. They clearly turn the whole pond into the green color. So this is what we have about the two groups of the plant kingdom. In our next lesson, inshallah, we will come with the other groups of the plant kingdom. So see you in the next lesson.